All right. Well, welcome. Here we are, Wednesday after treatment, and the lemon is back. Weirdly enough, every time I do that, I feel like it's a proof of life thing for a hostage video, like where you hold up the newspaper uh, with the date on it. Anyway, things went fine today. Um, Easy peasy. Everything still looks super good. I do officially have a side effect. I can't remember exactly what Dr. Lee called them. Doctor speak, and it's not English half the time. I've been getting little, they look like zits across my chest, a couple on my head, more than I usually get when it's warm and I'm sweaty. But that is a known side effect. And weirdly enough, when we were talking about it with Sabrina, the lady that's over the research stuff, before even Dr. Lee came in, she said this is kind of when today was my 8th treatment. Said over time, the chemotherapy chemicals build up in your system, and so your level goes up the more you do. And she said it's pretty common once you get to this point. This is kind of when you start to see some stuff. But hey, if zits is the worst I got, great. Between zits and twitchy hands, so pretty cool. The other thing that's pretty neat, obviously, if you've watched the rest of the videos, you know, the progress has been great. We're 20% down after 6 treatments, with today being 8 after Wednesday after next. That was a lot of afters. The 9th treatment, the week after I should get my 3rd CT, so we'll be curious then, obviously, to see where we're at. But on that topic, there's a number, and I can't remember what it's called. I should have asked or paid more attention, but again, big doctor words. He likened it to like a PSA number for when it comes to like prostate screenings. So, the higher the number, the more likely the cancer is, so on and so forth, right? Because the cancer cells put off whatever that is that makes a specific number go up that they're looking for. So my number for that was 141.2, which is high. So yeah, that's pretty much not a guaranteed marker that the cancer's there, but it is a marker for cancer. And obviously we know in my case the cancer's there because it's been found, whatever. And I don't know if the results he gave me were from today or a prior test or what. I didn't really ask because the number was just wild. So we've shown improvement there. So on top of the 20% shrinkage after 6 treatments, that number's gone from 141 to 9.8 or 9.9. So that's pretty wild. That would be like your PSA being above what it's supposed to be for prostate. I don't remember what it is. I should know this, but to basically non-existent, which is really, really cool. Today was interesting in the sense the lady that got sat next to me, it was her first time. So it was nice to be the person that could lend a little bit of support, give her words of encouragement. Her daughter was there and it was awesome. Like, she was doing all the things for her. They had peppermints, they had the gloves for your hands, the special socks for your feet to keep the cold away, and she was just all over her mom, and it was really cool. And good for her. She did great. She was very, very nervous before she got her port accessed, and she took it like a champ. And that's when I offered some of my words. I'm like, hey, the build-up's the worst part. Now you know how bad it is as far as that part. So hopefully the rest goes great for her. Like me, hopefully she has very little side effects. But yeah, the biggest thing is I we'll probably start it toward the beginning of the video. Haven't decided yet. The thing that's a little bit different that I wanted to do, and they allowed me to do it, was I wanted to film a time lapse of the entire time I was there. So I got that done. So you should see some video up in the corner, probably that corner, maybe this corner, I don't know, I hadn't decided yet, of the entire process. And yeah, it goes fast. It's probably a few minutes worth of video, but that few minutes worth of video is roughly probably 2.5 of the hours I was there. There was a couple times the camera stopped recording. I didn't know it, so restarted it. But hopefully I'll find that interesting. I think it's kind of a neat video. And who knows, I may actually just put it over me completely and just have me talk over it. I don't know. But yeah, so again, extra good news. There was a little bit of weird news. And I remembered he mentioned it last visit, or 2 Wednesdays, or Wednesday before last. Kelly didn't remember hearing it, but there is a little bitty spot on my liver, which I want to say we knew, but I don't remember. But kind of like everything else, it's showing improvement, so he didn't seem too terribly concerned about it. But, you know, who knows? But he was over the moon about that number that I told y'all about, from 141 and change to 9.9. He was grinning like a possum that number decreased that much. So, you know, taking it at face value, which I'm trying to do with all these things, and not be too excited, but be grateful and thankful. The fact he was grinning like a fool and giddy is probably really good news. So anyway, not a whole lot else is going on. The next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The next 8 days should be interesting for me. I work 8 days straight without a day off. Doing that because one of my good friends is coming in town, so I get to spend Friday and Saturday with him, which is going to be really, really nice. Lives in Minnesota, so it'll be very nice for him to be here for a couple days, coming down just specifically to see me. Looking forward to that. So everybody else is doing good here. Yeah. But anyway, thanks everybody again for watching. We really appreciate it. Again, I know I've mentioned it before, but please, if y'all have questions, like, I don't mind answering them, unless it's something super wildly personal. And even then, hell, who knows, I might, just depending on the mood I'm in that day. But anything you guys want to know about what we've gone through as a family, what I've gone through personally, I am happy to answer it. You know, if I know you, great. If I don't, that's even better. Because hopefully most of the people that I do know that have been following this know they can ask me stuff. But even if you're a stranger, I'm happy to answer. Because I do know there have been some random people watching these. So, anywho, all right, guys. Well, I got to get to it. Got a big video to edit. You know, way to go. But yeah, so we'll see you guys on the next one. Appreciate it.